Here's what color dominance does to your knitting. On the bottom bit of this little sample, you can see that the yellow stripes are very clear and very neat, very nicely visible. And here on the top bit, they are getting sunken in, they are getting lost, and they are also kind of more wobbly. In this particular sample, that's purely on color dominance. Nothing else was changed between the bottom and top bit except for which yarn I was holding the dominant one. In the bottom bit I was holding the yellow one as the dominant one because I wanted the yellow stitches to be clearly visible against the background of the blue. And here, to make an example, I made the blue yarn dominant, and you can very clearly see that the yellow stitches are getting lost in there. Here's a little example why I always advise, when you are swatching for color work, try out both dominance options. On the bottom bit, the dominant yarn was the brown one, because that's the one that's making the motif, and I kinda assumed that I will want to go with that one. But just to check, I also swatched with the blue yarn as the dominant one, and in this particular example, I actually prefer the top version. In this case, I like that the blue yarn is popping up a bit more. And sure, the difference is really subtle, it's just that I personally prefer this option. If in color work you start seeing that some of the stitches are looking kind of slanted, that one leg is shorter than the other, or like one leg is more visible than the other, that means that you are completely messing up the color dominance. In this example, I consistently had one or the other yarn dominant. In this example, I had no dominant yarn. To make this example, I kept switching the yarns round and round and round, which is the wrong way how to do it. And that's how I ended up with an example where I can show you wonky stitches that are not even, and where like one side is shorter than the other, and where the stitches are kind of weirdly getting lost in the fabric.